Okay, so today I'm going to be showing you something that's a bit of a secret. Um, Only really because I don't want Trinity to get nerfed again. So if you promise not to nerf her, I'll show you something a little bit cool. If you don't promise that, then just close the video right now. Yeah, okay. So now that we got that out of the way, if you're playing solo, armor can be a large problem, especially when you're fighting Grenier. Um, I have a build that revolves around Abating Link. Abating Link only reduces 45% armor, so 45% reduction of like a million is still way too much armor. So you might say, this mod is really useless. But it's actually affected by power strength. Like this reduction, it goes up as you add more and more power strength. So how do we get 100% reduction? Well, you need to have around 223% power strength. Warframes have a base 100, so you need to add on another 123% at least. You want to strip all the armor, so like 200% just isn't really enough for this build. Blind Rage gets you pretty far. This is 90% Blind Rage. Adding 200 Intensify gets you up 120% just with these two. That adds to the base 100, so now you're at 220%, which is 3% too low. So putting on a power drift here will get you over the top. And alternatively, if you max your blind rage, that'll work too, which would free up your Exilus slot. Since you're using blind rage, either a bunch of power efficiency, but I mean your Trinity, so just a large energy pool that'll do. Um, Everything else is really playstyle, personal preference. Having duration is really good. Um, because your damage reduction abilities just keep you alive and they are based off of duration. Um, Believe it or not, negative efficient or negative range can actually be really beneficial to this build. Um, Playing with this a lot, abating link really determines what enemies you're allowed to kill at higher levels because they're the ones you can kill. Um, so if say Link attaches to enemies in the room next to you instead of the enemies that are right in your face, which happens sometimes, then that's just really annoying. So if you have less range on it, it means it'll be really only able to prioritize enemies that are close to you, and those are the ones that you want to kill first, probably, right? So in a sense, having like a narrow-minded on here isn't necessarily bad. So like a lot of these mods you can mess around with. It's really just the power strength and abating link. That's the core of the build. Everything else just play around with and have fun with. Um, and also you don't really need a corrosive projection because this takes care of it nicely. Uh, yeah, I'll show you guys a bit of gameplay in a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna show you some enemies in the simulacrum, same build as before. Just use a viral weapon because enemies that don't have armor are very susceptible to viral damage. Viral isn't so great against shields, so this build is mostly built to kill Grenier or corrupted enemies like bombards and heavy gunners and whatnot. Use whatever weapon you want. I like the comb. It's not even a maxed build. Um, but yeah, just play around with whatever weapons you like. Radiation is also really good because bombards are weak to radiation damage. And also the radiation status is pretty good. So if we have 5 bombards, 5 heavy gunners, level 130, simulate. Um, it's well, there's a couple nuances to this build. One, you want to have at least blessing or link active at any given time. If both of them go down, you're going to start taking a whole bunch of damage, and it'll be a very bad day for you. Additionally, you should try to tag enemies with Energy Vampire only if you think you can kill them, or if they're close to dying. So I tagged a full health Bombard, he isn't linked to anymore, and I luckily cast Link again and it decided to pick the same guy. But if it hadn't, I wouldn't really be able to kill him. So like, let's say, are there more than 3 left? Okay, so this guy isn't linked. and I'm trying to kill him, and he's not really dying. Um, but if that happens, you know, just focus down the guys who are linked to and wait for the duration of link to end. If you kill guys who are linked to, it'll just automatically switch, so that'll work fine for you. But if it doesn't, of course, moving towards the target and then recasting it while you're near them will hopefully select that guy that you want to kill. You don't really have much damage at all against the fully armored targets, so it's unfortunate, but Link will dictate which enemies you're sort of allowed to kill. Bombards actually die faster than heavy gunners. Interesting. So yeah, that might have been all of them. But yeah, those two tricks. Just keep your timers offset so that you have some damage reduction, and then also focus on using energy vampire on enemies that you can kill. Those two things and you'll do fine. Nullifiers can mess you up. Don't walk in nullifier bubbles. The comb wrecks nullifiers, so that's fine. Yeah. Anyways, hopefully the video quality was good enough. I'm not necessarily on the best laptop ever, but I tried to work with what I had. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to be yourself.